Citizens, and welcome to the Verse. We are in Loreville, not on the RSI website. Are you not going to come in? Come on in. Come on in. The frame rate of this server does seem kind of low, but we're not on the website looking at the daily gifts from Luminalia. I'm going to gotta go through those here. I decided, once again, why do one for every day, especially since they seem to be kind of alternating between ship paints and an in-game item, ship paints and an in-game item, and so we've got more ship paints, we got more in-game items, and we're going to look at those at the end of the video, as well as we're going to go and try something new in the verse. We're going to do something different, something very, very different for not only me personally, but for this channel. We're going to look at one thing as soon as we get out of the train here. I don't want to open my inventory right now and then have those doors closed on me. But look at this. They have fixed the Luminalia mug. It actually looks like a Luminalia mug now. It's not just a white mug. That's kind of fun. Cool. I fill that with coffee in case I need some later. As you can see, I don't have any sustenance because I've just had to make this character on this account. And so everything's gone. All the ammo's gone. But we have lots of utility, I'm sure. Oh, yes. Lots of medical guns. I should be able to stack these. Which sort would just stack them all instead of me having to like drag and stack. But I should go through that one day. Just kind of put everything together so I don't have to deal with these giant piles of things. But I want to get a nice... I'll take white. We'll take some here. I could show you. I chose some... Well, bald. There we go. Chose some nice red hair. Isn't that nice? Look at the red hair I got. Ooh, shake, shake, shake. Yes. Oh, it's kind of... Ooh, that looks kind of like greeny. Interesting. What if I zoom in? No, it looks okay then. Oh, but when I move it, it looks grainy. Huh, interesting. Okay. We're going to put our helmet back on, though. Which helmet should we wear? I mean, I could have changed an undersuit as well. Ooh, not the bears. Purple. Purpley blue. Perfect. Excellent. I like that my hair doesn't stick out of the helmet. Although, having had long hair and worn many a helmet, long hair and helmets are usually an issue. There's a main reason why a lot of people who ride bikes, well, I mean, a lot of the reason why they're bald is because they're bald, but a lot of reasons why a lot of the guys have shorter hair, or at least like some sort of like bandana to help their hair before they put their helmet on. Or some people just don't wear helmets at all. I don't know why they do that. But if we look over here, we have all our ships here. We've got our Nomad. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got our Nomad. We got our Cutter. And we got our Aura MR. Well, I have been grinding on my other account. Grinding and grinding. Plus I had money left over from the previous patch with all the illegal salvage that had the drugs in them. And I've sent that over to me. Look at this. 15.3 million. So we are flush with cash. And we're going to go get a ship that I've only flown about 5 times, maybe maximum in my life. We're going to go here. I'm pretty sure I have enough for it. If I don't, this is going to be really ridiculous. But let's go to the Aegis. Yes, I have 200,000 left over. I'm getting myself a reclaimer. We're going to purchase this. We're going to have 220-ish left. I think that's right if I do the math on my head. Let's see. 220, yes. And I now have a reclaimer. And that's it. We are going to do some reclaimer salvaging. I have not flown a reclaimer since Orson's atmosphere was big, if that tells you how long ago that was. So we're going to grab our ship, we're going to get it out, and we're going to go check it out. Well, that was fast. Okay, normally that takes a bit longer. I'm going to go in here. Let's check this out. Now, these are massive ships, remember. I remember the first time I saw this at the expo What hangar am I? Hangar 1. First time I saw this at the expo, it just loomed over everyone coming up those stairs. It was just amazing. And like I said I've flown at 5. I don't even think it's been that many times. And I've never salvaged in a reclaimer because of the having to move the boxes. If you ever get stuck, your doors don't open, just hit the word doors. That'll open them up. But we're going to try it out because we can do the disintegration. I'm going to try if I can do the jobs where you're trying to cover up a crime. And I'm going to see if disintegrating them completes that. So we're going to go here. Here's the elevator. I remember the first time as a reclaimer, this was hard to find. How do I... There you go. So I'm going to get into space. Once we're in space, we're going to check out the ship. First thing I've learned taking off in this massive ship is if you pull in your landing gear, it automatically goes from VTOL to straight flying mode. And if I quickly show this here, this does not have enough thrust to keep itself in the air if it's not in VTOL. So you must either don't pull in your landing gear until you're moving up, or right away make sure you put it back into VTOL so that you can take off. This is a huge ship. Look at this ship. I love how this looks. Now, I remember the last time I flew this, I actually flew one to Benihenge, and that was for one of the expos, I think, a photo contest. I was trying to take a photo. Didn't win on that one, unfortunately, but I was still pretty proud of that picture. It was a cool picture. All right, so we're going to put this facing up now, and we're going to point straight up with our thrusters facing the other way, and hopefully we're gaining some altitude. We are. We're moving up 28 meters a second, so I'm going to hit cruise control on here, not decoupled, and we're just going to slowly make our way up into space. Once we're in space, I'm going to go to probably just Everest Harbor and set a spawn there. One thing I was thinking of is if you own a reclaimer, it's stored and you can claim it at another location. But if you buy something like I just bought here at New Deal, almost said New Babbage, had to think about that for a moment, then it automatically is here. And if I wanted to fly up to Everest Harbor and claim it, I'd have to claim it as opposed to just being able to deliver it. Which actually, I don't know what the claim time is on this, but maybe it would be easier than flying this out into space like I'm doing. But overall, not too bad. Relatively slow. I could see why people didn't like this ship when it was in the atmosphere, when the atmosphere in Orson was a lot bigger. But I mean, I think it's worth it. Big ships shouldn't be fast. I think if you're willing to spend the time making money with something like this, then you have to put up with the slowness of a ship like this. So definitely does not have the lifting power. It'll be really interesting when massive cargo comes into play, if this is going to be even worse, or possibly even sometimes you're going to have too much cargo that if you're not really careful, if you're not using your boost, you might not actually even be able to stop, and you'll be taking some hard landings. That will be kind of interesting to see. So, interesting ideas, but I'm just going to keep going. We're about halfway into space now. You can see we're well above the city, just heading up. We'll be there soon. Maybe... I didn't think of this. Is this too big for Everest Harbor? I'm certainly requesting and not getting anything but a weird gleek gleek sound. Alright, maybe these have to be landed at a city. That would kind of make sense. They are pretty massive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start doing some salvage jobs. I'm not going to do full salvage. I'm going to see... I figure doing just the munchy is probably going to be the best. Now, the first salvage job is always 1,000. Scorpius is probably the biggest of those. I probably should have checked where that is. HURL 5. Well, that's not horrible. We're going to go to... HURL 5 is down here, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Perfect. I'm going to go there. Going to munch this up. See what it's like. Although, unfortunately, I mean, like I said, I've been grinding to get um, this ship all weekend. It is now close to midnight on Sunday, and I'm going to be going back to work for 5 days, and then I'll at least have a few days off to, spend some time in the verse. So this video's not going to be out until late Monday. Um, by then, I'll know what day 3 of my 3 in a row, so my Saturday, Sunday, and Monday giveaways are. So far, I only know about the paints and the nom noms, so we're gonna take a look at those cookies and the paints later. I guess I could have looked at them in Loreville, but we're gonna go see one more thing. Like I said, I'm expecting it to be a paint and then an item. Like they kind of are back and forth, back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see what other items are being given away for Luminalia. I do like the little, what I would say are useless items. I do think they're kind of fun. I know a lot of people like having like the guns or the knives or something useful, but things like the cookies, things like the what's it called, the sextant, those were kind of a cool thing. I do like that the mug is useful. You could fill it with something and drink it, and who knows? Eventually, I'm assuming the cookies will be something you can have on a desk in your hangar, your hab, and take cookies out of. We'll have to see. Yeah, I like it, and this ship is massive. Although I quite quickly found where I'm supposed to go here. I didn't go up to the main floor, even though there's an elevator saying main level, main deck. I knew that it was pretty intuitive that this is where the cockpit was, kind of on the bottom. I do remember people saying that it's really hard. Oh no, it wasn't this. It was the mole. It was really hard to see what you were working on, the asteroids, because of this. But this one's got a lot of, visibility down here. It'll be kind of interesting. I can't go into mining mode from this seat. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to go to one of those seats in the back, one of the turret seats, and check those out. But we're only 10 million kilometers away, and we're gonna go trying to do. I'm just gonna do the disintegration on here, unless when I scan this, it has something like Quantanium in there. But I honestly don't even know where's the, like. There's a cargo elevator somewhere here, isn't there? Where we can put cargo in from the outside. Is there? Ooh, you know what? I can actually. I've set a keybind, although I don't know if keybinds work between profiles. I think they do. Options, keybinds, advanced, cockpit. Yeah, still good. So I've keybound my backslash on my numpad to open exterior doors, so I don't have to look around. You're looking here like there's self-destruct. Don't want that one. Don't click that. Don't click it. But if there was a way to open your doors here, like there, I know right about here, which self-destruct. Don't do that. Is the open doors on the Drake Cutlass, but having just a keybind for that is kind of handy. So once I get there, I'm gonna see if I can open the elevators on this just to see if it's possible. It's like a toggle for open and close, so I don't have to worry about that. And then we're gonna go and find our salvage claim. Now there is a bit of a cooldown between getting to HURL5 and where our salvage claim is gonna be. So during the cooldown, that's when I can check out if we can open up and close the elevators. Alright, well that charges up. Let's take a look. Ooh. Alright. So, that moved really fast, but yeah, there's an elevator there. And what is that? Is that like access to the cargo hold? Or is there an elevator coming back out of that? Oh, okay. So if there is cargo in this ship, I am able to use the elevators and put the cargo on there. Now we're gonna just aim towards our salvage claim. That was actually a pretty quick cooldown. I'm impressed with that. Maybe it's just the size of the coolers on here. It is a pretty massive cooler. We're gonna have to really do a tour of this. Probably not in this video, and just kind of explore the ship. It's gonna take me a while to even find where the compactors are in here. So you don't have to see me run around and do that. We're just gonna do a couple quick salvages here. Maybe even try a bed log before I go to bed. Or I can just go back and try to to sell what I find. But 107 kilometers. Oh, well, as long as we don't smash into a asteroid, I think we'll be okay. Now, I don't know how long it takes to slow down. I know with the Vulture, I start letting off the thrust around 32 kilometers away. This one's a bit bigger. Maybe 50? We'll see. I don't know. Depends on how fast we get up to before we're even like at 50. So top speed of the Vulture is about 1,000. This one looks like we're going to be closer to about maybe 700. I'm taking a guess. Oh, maybe more. Ooh, we're going super fast. Yeah, so if I see an asteroid right in front of me now, like, this is not smart, but what's the top speed? Top speed, top speed. What are we going to get it to 1,000? Are we going to get that high? Ooh, nope. About 930. Okay, so maybe at around 50 I'll let off. We'll see how long. It's going to definitely take me a while to slow down. Maybe even 60 I'll just let off. That way I don't have to use shift to use my retro thrusters. I don't have to change which direction I'm pointing. It's always kind of good to find out what the distance is. That way this is kind of like a hands-off thing. So right at 60 here, we let go, and we'll just see how long it takes me to slow down. Did I overestimate the braking ability of the ship? Looks like I might have. We're going pretty fast. Now, as you see, though, I'm pointing to the side of the ship and not pointing at the ship. That way I don't smash into that. At least if I'm aiming right at it, there's always a risk of hitting the thing you're trying to go and salvage. Well, we're down to about 500 and we're 30 away. Maybe I let off a bit early. We'll find out. I'm sure flying in faster and using retro thrusters is faster, or if you turn around and face the other way, so you're using your main thrust. But again, this is always good. I can kind of do this, have a cup of tea while I coast in. Oh, you know, that wasn't too bad so far. We're only like 19 away, and I'm still going about 180. So maybe 50 would have been the right call. Maybe even 45. Yeah, because it looks like we've slowed down. We're going to make it about 17.1. So, not crazy bad. I'll kind of work on that. But yeah, now I know for next time, maybe even like 45 starts slowing down. That'll get me really close. Now, I'm not going to go all the way fast. I'm going to try to keep it around maybe 200 right now. Maybe 3. Go up to about 300. Yeah, that'll be good. Get ourselves a bit closer. And then let off at about maybe 4K away. Coming up on 4K now, and we'll let off. And we'll most down so that when we start maneuvering, we'll be a little bit closer. But 4K still might have been a bit much, so we're actually going to use our braking thrust now. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so I forgot what ship we're doing. We don't have any cargo on this. At least I don't think so. Scorpius don't have cargo. So I could try to get the components. I could try to get the guns. That's not what I want to do. I just want to start munching. So all these components here, I'm going to lose those because with the reclaimer, that's not what I'm really worried about now. Hitting M does absolutely nothing here. I'm going to get nice and close. But where is the... I guess they're all kind of part of the same area. So as long as I get my ship face close to the target, like that should be good, right? Ship face there. And maybe down a bit. Yeah. Maybe even lower. No, that's probably okay, right? Let's find out. So now we gotta find our salvage seat. Ooh, too bad the sun's right there. Okay. It's one of these, right? Salvage operator seat. Oh, I like that. That's nice and close. No stairs like in the Argo Mole. You're inside, you're not sticking out the side. Alright, where's power? Alright. Ooh. Ooh. But this is just salvage. I want claw. Is that here? Claw operator. Oh, that's even closer. Alright, perfect. Claw operator. Okay. Oh, power on. Yes, there we go. Arm deploying. Cool. So M deploys the arm. Again, I can barely see. Oh, I was too close. Oh, but it's still doing it, even though I hit the Scorpius. Only 2.7 SCU. It's floating away. Oh, you know what? That didn't work out well. Alright. So I've hit it. I definitely was too close. Lessons learned. Let's aim. Let's try this again. Okay, are you still moving? A little bit. Maybe we're okay. And I've backed up a bit. We're about 230 away. It is moving away from us. Let's try this again. Be a lot easier if I hadn't smashed it with my robo hand. Arm deploying. There we go. Now we might be too far away. Ah. The joys of learning something new. So what would be... we're going to have to find out the right distance for... oh, because this is slowly drifting away. Alright. Let's get up to about 100 away. Might be too close. How about one... let's try 120 first. 130. 122. Okay. Let's try this. Because it's still moving away from us. Next time I'm going to try to not smack it with the claw. Okay, by the time we get in, it's about 130 away. How far is that? 140, 150, 141, 142. Definitely too far away. Okay. We're going to get right up on it. And that way I can decide. Maybe we'll try 50 away. What if we use this? Still moving away from us? Oh, it's kind of slowed down. Okay, so we got... let's go 60? 65. 60. Alright. Is that too close? What does everyone think? I know this is riveting. Riveting stuff. 68, 69, 70, 71. There you go. That's all right. So 75 seems to be okay. Hopefully it doesn't drift too far before I get this, but we're already about halfway to fractured. And we're at 80 and it's still working. Although it is slowing down, 85. And I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Yes. Now can I suck this all in before it floats away? Some of it floated away, but I'm getting some of it. .2 SU, and I've got 0.6 inside. 2.5. All right, so a very small amount, not surprising. I did miss some of the pieces that flew off to the side there, but I don't really care about those little tiny pieces, considering how much work that was. We're going to go on. We're going to try to get a few more things. Ooh, what is happening? Come on. There we go. Uh-oh. And I think we might have 30K'd. The beginning. Well, at least I don't have to, like, land at another location if that is the case. So we seem to have... Oh, I got into my seat. Okay. Wow. This server is struggling. So I think I'm going to do a couple more, just sucking some more things up. Not as much talking. And then we'll see what we can get. We're going to have to try to get some bigger items. So we're going to go to our contracts. Salvage. Now we've got some things here. We've got a Connie. We got a Vulture, not as big. Constellation, Corsair, 400i, Scorpius 400i. Well, where are we again? CRU L5 or HUR L5? HUR L5. What is here? What's close to us here? Where's this one? HUR L1. Let's go there. That's not too far. That's on the other side of Hurston. We're going to go get this Constellation. Oh, did I not accept it? Oh yeah, it's just taking a while to show up. There it is. Again, server is a little rough. Coming on up to the Constellation Andromeda now. Now I was going at 930 meters a second, not kilometers, and I just let off my throttle at 45 kilometers from my target, and that looked like it actually worked pretty well. We're going to stop pretty much beside it. So if you're using a reclaimer and you get up to top speed and you're heading towards your target, stop hitting the gas at 45 kilometers. And look at where we stopped. 922 meters away. That is perfect. So now I can mouse wheel down to a more reasonable speed. We're just going to kind of go close. Now, once again, I'm going to scan this. The only thing I'm really willing to go in and take out of here is if I find something that's of extremely high value. But otherwise, we're just going to go not too close. And we're going to munchy this up and see how many SEU we get out of this. So once we're about 150 away, then I usually get a good scan. 170, that'll be enough. Let's scan this. Let's see what is potentially on this ship. Iron, processed food, gold. Nope, not enough for me. I'm going to get not too close, but let's try at about 100-ish? 98. And we're going to be aimed pretty much at it. We're going to get out of our seat. Let's see if that's a good range to do the salvage, or if I'm too far. I'd rather be too far. That didn't work. There we go. I'd rather be too far than too close and hit this again. Oh, I like that it remembers that the arm needs to be deployed. Like, once I powered it up, it automatically is doing this. And I can see why this would be a lot better with a two-person crew. Am I too far? Yeah, it looks like I'm too far. Okay. I guess I could have looked. How far is that? Oh, that's not going to work on me. That was too far. Let's try... I wish I remembered how far I was when I smashed into it. But we look like we're pretty far away. So let's go... that far. How far is that? 64. Let's go to 60. 60. Perfect. 60 too close. And this one, if it breaks into bigger pieces that float all over, it's going to be worth it to try to aim at them and to snag them all up. But we're going to start with just first disintegrating. Does it show me here how many SCU? Oh, not yet. Arm is deploying. Again, I can't see. Why am I always into the sunlight? So disintegration field. Maybe that's still too far. That looks like I should be close enough. Oh, you know what? We weren't in the right mode. Oh my god, so I probably could have been closer or farther away. 31.7 SU, that's not bad. Okay, so disintegration and fracture, I need to be in fracture mode. Hopefully not too many of you are getting too worked up yelling at your screens for me to figure this out. That was definitely too close. But look at all the stuff I sucked up. All the little pieces. This one's going to be 20 SU. That one's going to be 0.41. Alright, so we have to now aim. I gotta remember that. Fracture mode, disintegration. I was trying to disintegrate a ship, not remembering that disintegrate is not what I was trying to do. That sun is really annoying. I mean, it's beautiful. Ooh, we can see our grinder. Neat. Okay. Let's readjust. I think that's a piece I can mulch up. How are we doing at this? Definitely I could see why a two-person job this would be good. So maybe what I'm going to do next time, I'm going to see if I can find someone. If you see me in the verse, hit me up, let me know. But look at this, another 1.8 SEU on this little piece here. Now where does the grindy stuff go in? I like that you can hear it because you're closer. Oh, it goes into the middle of the claw. There's their grinder. Okay. Alright. Now where? Now where? Where's our next piece? I'll try to get as much as possible, and then I'm going to head back to the city. So maybe I'll meet you there. I'm going to go to... maybe I'm going to go to ArtCorp. I do like selling at ArtCorp. We'll go there and we'll try to sell, see how much we made on this job. But I got a couple little pieces here I can try to aim for and get before I leave. Ooh, I was able to line up a bunch of pieces here. That's good. I think I have one left after this. I'm going to have the that kind of hull piece up front. I'm not going to worry about that little one to the side. Pretty good. Alright, salvaging a Hercules now. 200-ish SCU of this hull. So even if I don't get everything, I'm going to definitely get close to filling up my buffer, which, as you can see on the bottom corner there, is 240 SU, and I've already got 40.7 from the Scorpius and the Constellation. So 100 meters away, 96 technically, seems to be the okay spot. It's not super fast for fracturing, but that way when this all shatters apart, it's not going to slam into my ship, and hopefully not spin away too far, and I can start sucking some of these pieces up. Almost there. I love the sound of it just kind of ramping up, getting ready to go. Come on. We're about 80% there. Oh, it's kind of got a green outline even when it's in third-person view. You can see the little pulse beam coming. There we go. Oh, and we're kind of lagging a bit. There we go. 240 SU just in that center part. Again, a little bit far. It's going to take a while to fill up, but I don't feel like adjusting. I will just kind of wait for this to happen. So I guess the wings really aren't much. So I guess Starlifter's a way to go. I did scan this. There was no cargo in the Starlifter. There was just the weapons and components, which I'm not really worried about. But yeah, Starlifters, you just do the center, and if you don't do the wings, you're really not missing out on much of the salvage. Now, I didn't scrape the hull. I know that technically will get you a lot more money, but I'm just going for just the construction materials right now instead of the RMC. I think what I'm going to do, because it is now close to 1 a.m. and I do have to work, and it's going to be a crazy week, I'm going to call it quits here. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to fly a little bit away into kind of like unknown space. I'm going to risk a bed log. Hopefully, I'm not going to be kicking myself later because I don't have a lot of money left. 150,000, so I could take a few more jobs if I need to, but hopefully I don't lose any of the money I've spent on getting these ones by not trying to sell. As this is about to go, I will point out one thing. Since I am expected to get 240 SU and my buffer is 240, I'm going to actually lose 40 SU of material out of this. I could go down and try to take out the 40 I already have my buffer and then do this, but honestly, because I'm so tired, because it's so late at night, I'm willing to take that loss, although that is a massive loss of profit. But now we're going to have a full buffer to deal with in the future. So look at this. 231.1. Weird how it didn't go all the way to 240. Interesting. That's alright. I'm happy with that. We're going to turn that off. We're going to try to fly away from here and then find a place to rest our heads. Or should I try going to Area 18? Now that I've done this, now that I've got a full buffer, what should I do? How far? 60 million? I think I'm going to go close there, but I'm going to stop. We're going to try the bed log, if I can find beds in this place. I'm sure there's beds somewhere. We'll just jump a little bit of the way so that we are definitely in kind of like a no man's land, not in a Lagrange point. That way no one would ever find us. Now, I don't know if that really matters currently with the way the game works, but in the future, it's always good to get into a habit of, you know, protecting yourself. I don't know what the plans are. I remember at one point the plan was like, if you leave your ship will just try to like fly itself back to a home base or something and land there. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd say we're sufficiently far enough away now. We'll stay at 15 million kilometers, so right about there. Engines off. Where is the beds in this place? Where do they exist? That sound bug where I turned off my jump drive too quickly so I can hear it spooling up is still existing. But once I leave The front of the ship I don't see anymore. Okay. Is it up this elevator? I did call this elevator. I didn't go up here yet. Is this the control panel? Where's the... Oh, it's right here. There's nothing on it. Go up. Yes, please. Where am I going? Lots of wires. Ooh. Alright. Ooh. Got some padded area here. Ooh. It's got the testicle torsion drive. Alright. It's got a box maker, maybe? Maybe that's like the box maker? Where am I going? Ooh. Table. Yes. This is what we want. This is it in here? What is in here? Open. Docking area. Interesting. Captain's quarters. Ooh. You know what? This is a complaint that I had before with a lot of ships, where it's like everyone gets to sit in their little bunks and no one gets their own room. But at least here, captain's quarters. That sounds like the place I want to go. Ooh. Bed? 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 Aha! Bed. Captain's quarters. This is what a ship needs, is personal space. Now, I'd actually think that the crew, there should be like at least a first officer's crew. But, there we go. We're going to log out. Fingers crossed that we can log back in. And maybe I'll do a little bit of box stacking. And then we're going to go and do some more salvage.